Hello and welcome back into another broadcast. I'm John Kosis alongside Haley Adams, and we're here at Ursuline College in the Jane and Lee Seidman Gymnasium for the Ohio Varsity Senior Shootout and Underclassmen Showcase. This is game 3 of the day between the Army All-Stars and the Navy All-Stars. These are the senior girls who will be showcasing their skills in possibly their last athletic event of their career as a high schooler, depending on if they're in spring sports or not. And we're just moments away from these girls being announced.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they want to go out there and make a mark on their final game here.
And you actually know quite a few of them, Haley.
Yeah, if I didn't play with them, I played against them. So it's kind of fun to look and see how, how far they've come and how much they've grown since I played against them 2 years ago.
Yeah, you have a couple of teammates on here too, including Hannah Trajai, who will be out there.
Yeah, absolutely. She was a sophomore when I was a senior, so I got to play with her not 1 but 2 years, which was awesome. So.
Right, and it's time for us to announce the names of the players, so we'll let our team on the court do that work while you guys can put a face to some of the names that you'll be hearing.
Presented by ScoreStream.com. The team names represent 2 branches of the United States military. We will begin with the Army All-Stars. First, for the Army All-Stars, sponsored by DesignWorks. Number 3, Kemi Kawada, a forward from Andrews Osborne Academy. Number 4, Grace Bradley, a guard from Charlotte. Number 5, Hannah Fredrickson, a guard from Mayfield. Number 11, Cheyenne Ledford, a center from Madison. Number 14, Julia DeMalso, a guard from Mayfield. Number 20, Sydney Snyder, a guard from Kirkland. Number 23, Rachel Breckenridge, a guard from Berkshire. Number 25, Emily Harriman, a guard from Geneva. Number 30, Kayla White, a forward from Berkshire. And number 41, Haley Peoples O'Neill, a coach from Geneva. The Army All-Stars are coached by Mayfield's Brian Newman and assisted by R.J. Paglio. And now for the Navy All-Stars. Number 0, Denisha Sanders, a guard from Rush. join in the play of our national anthem, which will be played by the Eastlake North Drum Line.
That was another great performance from the Eastlake North Drumline. And now we're getting ready for our third performance on the court, this time between the senior girls Army All-Stars and Navy All-Stars. I've already heard a number of the names called. Denasia Sanders played last year in the underclassmen shootout, but there was a senior for Brush in the game as well, and that was Ace DeBase. I believe she was last year's Ohio Varsity Player of the Year. Brush has continued to groom a couple of really great girls to come through that system in the past couple of years. For those of you joining us for the first time today, the format of this may be a little bit different than your average high school game. The way this will work is we'll have two 20-minute halves that are played. So it'll be very similar to the college men's organization and how they play, now that the college women play 4 quarters.
Is presented by ScoreStream.com. The players in the game were nominated by area coaches and selected based on their success on and off the court.
Looks as though Haley Peoples-O'Neill will be jumping for the Army All-Stars. Meanwhile, Samantha Perosco from Eastlake North will be jumping for the Navy All-Stars. Perosco and Peoples-O'Neill have probably tipped off against each other in their 4 years between Geneva and Eastlake North.
Yeah, you see them chatting a little bit down there and laughing around about it.
Let's play some basketball.
The ball's up, and Peoples-O'Neill won it. To Snyder, right back to Peoples-O'Neill. She gets an easy layup. Perosco tried to chase her down, but was unsuccessful. Maynard's bringing it up now for Navy. Hands off to Haydu. Haydu across the court beyond the arc for 3 was Apanavicius. That's Claire Dolan with the ball. Dolan hands off to Maynard. Maynard back to Dolan. Maynard sets a screen and hands it off to Haydu. Haydu back to Maynard. She cuts inside, passes it to Apanavicius. Apanavicius gets the ball blocked, turned away by Sydney Snyder. She's looking behind her and slows it down as the ensuing Maynard was a little bit too quick. That's Breckenridge. Breckenridge over to Fredrickson. Fredrickson tosses it up and gets fouled. Fredrickson's out of Mayfield, and she'll have an opportunity to shoot her first 2 free throws of the day. Army leads 2-0 with 19:06 remaining here in the first half. First shot goes in for Fredrickson.
And you see they're establishing early the pick and roll with their bigs today.
Second shot just misses. Haydu chases down the rebound, gets there just before Peoples-O'Neill. Haydu passes it to Dolan. Dolan for 3. Bounces off and over the backboard, meaning it will be Army ball.
And it looks like Navy's going to apply a little bit of pressure here early on in the game to see if they can score some easy baskets off of some sloppy turnovers.
And they forced one right there. Maynard will now have the ball. She gets it to Dolan. Dolan takes another healthy three. This time she drains it. It's all tied up.
And I think she got her feet underneath that one.
That's Collada. Out of Andrews Osborne, the only representative of that school here at the showcase today. She gets it to Sydney Snyder. Snyder's sister, Lauren, played in the last game. Pass to the corner, that's Fredrickson. Fredrickson gets inside to Collada. Collada's being double covered. Shoots over the head of Haydu and gets it to fall. The score now 5-3 in favor of these Army All-Stars. Just a minute and 45 seconds into this game. Abinavicius has the ball. Gets it to Dolan. Dolan bounces it into Parasco using the post. She couldn't get it to fall. She's been so successful in her career using those post moves, though. A long three for Breckenridge is just short. One hops it right into the hands of Maynard. Maynard's bringing it up. She gets it to Abinavicius. Abinavicius finds Parasco below the hoop. She couldn't control it as it was a little bit away from her body. She had to trail away from the hoop.
Yeah, she just got a little too far underneath the hoop on that one.
Fredrickson has it now. Fredrickson being covered by Dolan. Gets it to Collada. Collada by Haydu. Breckenridge has it beyond the arc. Gets it to Fredrickson. Back to Sydney Snyder. Snyder for three. Just misses, and it's surrounded by the Navy. Abinavicius has it. Abinavicius shots up. Hard off the glass. Rebounded by Snyder. Snyder gets around Abinavicius. Gets it to Breckenridge. Breckenridge from beyond the arc by the wing. Back up top to Schneider. She's being covered by Maynard. Gets to Collada. Bounces it into Peoples-O'Neill. Peoples-O'Neill working the post. Can't get past Parasco's staunch defense, though. Dolan gets the rebound. Dolan gets around her defender. Isn't able to get it, but Parasco has it. Back out to Abinavicius. Abinavicius misses. Parasco once again gets the rebound, and a foul is called. That foul's on Parasco, so it will be Army ball. Collada is inbounding. Gets it to Fredrickson. Fredrickson's going to work on Dolan. Gets it up to Breckenridge. Breckenridge from about 15 feet misses it. Navy's going to box out and let that go out of bounds. Navy ball. Maynard has it. Snyder will be playing defense. Abinavicius now. Dribbles, tries to cut inside. Rebound goes the way of Fredrickson on the short shot. Fredrickson to Breckenridge. Breckenridge to Collada. Collada's beyond the arc. Passes it back to Fredrickson. Collada sets the screen. Defensive switch. This pass is long. Parasco has it now. It's a 2-on-2 opportunity. Dolan has it now underneath the hoop, but decides to back out. Didn't like what she saw. Now Parasco is working on the post, calling for it. Dolan takes the shot anyway. And Peoples-O'Neill gets the rebound, getting it to Snyder.
And I think early on, too, Army's mentality here is to push the ball and push the pace, which is what you want to do.
Snyder from 10 feet away shoots a little too hard before Haydu gets it. Haydu dicing up the court. Does a Euro step, but charge is called as she made the shot. It will not count. The score remains 5-3.
Fredrickson was sitting there waiting for her to take that one.
She was set, and Haydu was just kind of rolling in off that Euro step. Didn't really have the control that a referee would look for.
Definitely.
So now we're seeing our first set of substitutions in this one. Grace Bradley will inbound it. She gets it to Emily Harriman. Harriman takes a knee, gets back up though, back to Bradley. Bradley accepts a screen, tries to kick it back out. Eventually does. That gets to Cheyenne Ledford. Ledford back to Bradley. sets a screen. Now she's going to roll towards the hoop. Three is attempted and just missed by DeBalso. Perasco gets the rebound. Perasco drives in off the glass, just misses. Rebound Army's way. That's Ledford. Ledford gets it back up to DeBalso. DeBalso dices into the lane, can't get there. Perasco picks it up. Perasco has Denasia Sanders, but she's going to pull off. Ananda Lyons, her teammate's also out there now. Perasco eventually gets it to Denasia Sanders. Sanders for three, just misses. Ledford contested that with Ananda Lyons. They're saying it last went off Ananda Lyons, so it will be Army All-Star ball. Grace Bradley, is now going to bring it up. She's being covered by Lyons. Passes it back out. That's Harriman. Harriman gets it to DeBalso, but it's picked off by Denasia Sanders. She goes coast to coast and gets the lay-in. Tie ball game here, 5-5, just under 14 minutes remaining in the first half. Harriman has it now. DeBalso sets the screen. That's White with the ball. White gets it back to DeBalso. DeBalso at the point position beyond the arc. Passes it over to Bradley. Back to DeBalso. She won the three-point shootout, just short. Perasco gets the rebound and went in between the legs of Cheyenne Ledford. That's Tragi with the ball. Bounced it to Ananda Lyons. Lyons drives in, bounced it to Perasco. Two bigs who have worked quite a bit together over the years. Both of them out of East Lake North. The third person in that triangle is Destiny Leo, who just performed in the underclassmen showcase.
I think on both teams, if they want to take the lead in this, they've definitely got to establish the bigs early with the pick and rolls or the pick and pops.
And you have a number of really talented bigs in this game, something that is rare at the high school level to have someone as dominant as these guys, and you've got four of them on the court here. That's Bradley at the line from Chardon, gets the first one to fall. The score is 7-6 in favor of Navy. Second shot goes up, misses out, and it looks like it went off of Perasco last. So Army will retain the ball. That's Bradley on the inbound. Gets it to DeBalso. DeBalso sets, hands it back to Bradley, pump fakes, and gets Lyons to bite on it. Perasco eventually gets it off of Sanders' hands. Now Lyons brings it up. She has Tragi, gets it to her. Bounces, free throw for Perasco, does not go in. Rebound goes the way of White. Now DeBalso has it. DeBalso's driving in, puts it up, misses. Rebound, Perasco. Perasco up to Sanders. Sanders from beyond the arc, just missed, lined it up perfectly, just a little short. Now Harriman's cherry picking over on the other end of the floor, gets fouled and misses, but has a chance to tie it and maybe add to the lead from the charity stripe. 12 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in the first half. Harriman misses the first shot. Puts the second shot up and gets the line drive to fall. We have a tie ball game once again here. 12 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. Pass across to Perasco. Perasco goes underneath the basket so she can use her right hand on the layup and gives her team a 2-point lead. That means Harriman will bring it back up. Harriman tries to get out to DeBalso, but stolen instead by Tragi. Tragi coming down. DeBalso turns it away. They're saying it wasn't a foul, but it does go off DeBalso, meaning it will be Navy ball.
Hannah just had her hand there in the passing lane, which is what you want to do as a defender.
That's Lexi Martin on the inbound. Martin finds Perasco. She's at the baseline. She can shoot from this far if need be. Loses the ball, though, and then dives on the floor to get it, forcing the tie-up. Navy will stay with the ball as the possession arrow is that way on the jump ball. Now the Navy's going to send in their other unit once again. 11:44 remaining here. Maynard, Dolan, and Haydu are out there, along with Ananda Lyons and Amanda Apnavicius. Dolan gets the little shooter's bounce on the floater to roll in. 11-7's the score. DeBaltso has it. Tries to find her person on the post. That's White. White spins and gets it to bounce right on in. Two straight shots that hit the iron but find their way in. The score is 9-11. Maynard rather, misses that one. It's Army ball, and that's Harriman bringing it up. Harriman rolling in, ends up traveling, and she picked up her pivot foot trying to make a jump move there.
And I think Army's using a little bit more of their bigs this go around, rather than Navy, who's kind of relying on that outside shot a little bit more.
That's Apnavicius getting inside and making a layup. I think the bigs lineup for this Navy team definitely is dependent on Samantha Perasco. And Perasco already has, I think, 4 points now. She's doing a good job, but obviously she can't be on the court for this entire game.
Right, absolutely.
Ananda Lyons makes her bread and butter on the defensive end, and that's why you'll see her getting matched up against Ledford here. You also see her match up a little bit on Kayla White. That's Haydu with the floater, just short. Rebound goes towards Apnavicius. She gets inside to Ananda Lyons, off the block, one power dribble, and then one shot off the glass goes in. Navy has some breathing room now as they have their first 6-point lead of this game. DeBaltso has the ball. Dribbling from beyond the arc, tries to cut in, turns the corner and gets the ball almost to go in, but can't quite contain it. Apnavicius has it now, keeping her head up. She sees she has Maynard, but she stops and takes a three that misses. Dolan can't catch up to it out of bounds. 15-9 with 9:51 remaining is the score. It's Army ball. Collada will inbound. Sydney Snyder's back out there with Fredrickson, Breckenridge, and finally Peoples O'Neill. So it'll be Ananda Lyons against Peoples O'Neill. That'll be the big matchup to watch right now, as both Perasco and White are on the bench. We're calling a timeout on the floor now. What have you noticed that's changed for this Navy team that they've added 6 points out of the last 10?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, I think they're relying a little bit on their bigs and those second chance shots that they are getting on those offensive rebounds, which is, again, key and huge if you want to win a ball game.
Now we're going to talk about the All-Ohio performers. Sydney Snyder has the ball after Army inbounded. She gets to Peoples O'Neill on the block, working against Ananda Lyons. Puts it up, misses. Snyder gets the rebound and puts it in. Rather, that was Collada, not Snyder.
And I think what really needs to happen here if Army wants to make a good run is either Snyder's got to do it on the offensive end by shooting, or she's got to look to feed her teammates.
Dolan push shot up, rebounded by Lyons. She gets fouled by Peoples O'Neill, and Peoples O'Neill and Lyons have now met on back-to-back possessions, one for each team in the post. You can already tell that this is a very aggressive matchup between the two because both prefer power over finesse. Lyons makes the first, gets it to rolling around the world. It's now 12 to 15, or 16 to 11 rather, 17 to 11. Collada has it, being guarded by Haydu. Snyder now gets the handoff. Maynard's working on her defensively. Collada for three, pulls up, misses. The attempted save will not count from Hannah Fredrickson because she stepped on the baseline before she jumped up. Corinna Maynard has it now. Calls out a play. Gets it to Dolan for three, just misses. Lyons smacks it out but isn't able to get it to someone on her squad, meaning Army will have the ball. Or no, Navy will have the ball. Apanavicius is going to inbound it, gets it to Haydu. Haydu, layup opportunity, gets it to fall. The score is now 19 to 11. Peoples O'Neill drives in off of Lyons. She tried to swat it, couldn't. Peoples O'Neill has it now, kicks it back out. That's Fredrickson, right back into Peoples O'Neill, off the glass, misses. Looks like she's gonna control her own rebound, gets it to Snyder from the line, can't get that to fall. Peoples O'Neill saves it though, and gets it back to Collada. Collada's shots blocked. Snyder retains possession, rolls back, and can't get that one to fall. Another offensive rebound for Fredrickson, who now will get a chance at the line. We talked about this in the underclassmen girls game too. Some of these possessions that sometimes last 45 seconds with 4 offensive rebounds can wipe out a team mentally when they're on the defensive end for that long and they're constantly grinding, just trying to get the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Mental is a big thing there.
Fredrickson makes the first one, and now all the substitutions will come back in. Paraska will probably match up against Peoples O'Neill now. You're also going to see Lexi Martin, who will probably match up against Collada. Fredrickson misses the second, and that goes out of bounds on Collada. Martin will inbound and get that to Corinna Maynard. Maynard into Parasco. Peoples O'Neill saw that coming. Parasco back out. Tragi for three, misses. Parasco gets the rebound, gets it to Maynard. Maynard back into Parasco, turns, using that post so effectively, and one against 3 defenders. She bodied up against 1 defender, turned, 2 people came to help, split 2 of those 3, and then came up and got fouled from behind by the 3rd member. Makes the free throw, that's a 3-point play, and now the lead is 10 for this Navy All-Star team. Breckenridge has the ball.
That whole possession there, though, I mean, she sized her up, sized her defender up the whole time, never once quitting.
Breckenridge has it once again. Kicks it back to Collada. Collada into Peoples O'Neill, being defended by Parasco, who kind of forces that one out. Pass is a one-hopper to Tragi. She's in the corner. She tries to get it to Sanders. Now it's going to be Sanders and Snyder looking for that ball. Sanders picks it up. 7 minutes, 16 seconds remaining. Sanders is sizing up Snyder. Shoots a 3, misses. Parasco saves it, but saves it right into the hands of Hannah Fredrickson. Fredrickson's bringing it up the court, passes it. That's Collada for 3, can't get it to fall. Rebound for Sanders, who is right underneath Parasco. Maynard's bringing it in, bounces it to Sanders. Another 3 attempt, misses once again. Rebound, Snyder put it off the head of Maynard, and eventually finds her way back to her. Peoples O'Neill has it. Sanders playing defense. O'Neill keeps the ball away, keeps it high, and puts it easy off the glass.
Yeah, absolutely. She kept the ball away from her defender that time around.
Maynard has it now. Tragi brings it inside to Parasco. Parasco working on Peoples O'Neill, easily gets around her and puts it up. And that's why she's one of the best in the region. because of how well she works that post. In her sophomore or her junior year, she also added a jumper that's good for about 12 feet, which helps her when she gets onto that post, because now you can't say she's definitely going to roll against you in that post. Snyder made that last shot. That was her first basket of the game. Navy still leads by 8. Maynard's bringing it in. Shots blocked by Peoples O'Neill. So Maynard will head to the line.
And we talked about Porowski too. You know, she's just a very smart player. She can tell when she needs to post up, down lower, when she is able to take that jumper.
Maynard misses the first. Getting ready for her second opportunity at the line. Shots up, short. Sanders tried to get the rebound. She was unable to. And that means it'll be Army ball. Peoples O'Neill inbounds to Breckenridge. Breckenridge looking, finds Collada. Collada gets the screen from Peoples O'Neill, who's rolling towards the basket. Snyder now has the ball at the wing beyond the arc. Accepts a screen from Fredrickson before passing it to Collada. Fredrickson's now got it. Continually outside the arc. Breckenridge struggles for the ball before getting it to Snyder. Snyder back. Collada has space. She'll take a three. Misses the healthy jumper. Now there's a foul called on the Army rebound, meaning it will be Navy ball. Army's going to send in their next group of people. That includes Harriman, DeBaltso, Ledford, Bradley, and White. Maynard has the ball, bounces it to Sanders. Sanders working on Bradley, gets around her, but can't get the shot to fall. Ledford gets the rebound. Ledford passes it over to the outside. That's Bradley streaking along the sideline. Bradley finds the swing person to get to DeBaltso. DeBaltso misses. Rebound goes the way of White. She battles in the post and gets that to fall.
I played against that a couple of years too when I was in high school, and Kayla White's a huge player down there, down low, and she never gives up on the ball, as you can see that go around.
Sanders has it. From the wing, takes a shot, drains it. Sanders gives her team an 8-point lead now. That's Harriman bringing it up. Drives in, spins, passes it back out to White. Pump fake, gets it to Ledford, but Ledford has a hand on it, not able to reel it in, meaning it will be Navy ball. Navy is going to get Haydu, Dolan, Apanavicius, as well as still Sanders, and Ananda Lyons will join her on the court. Looks like Lexi Martin's coming out too. Are there 6 players on the court here for Navy? Lexi Martin sitting back down now. Sanders still bringing the ball up. Gets to Dolan. Dolan drives in before kicking it right back out. Passes it. That's Haydu. Haydu to Dolan in the corner. Head fake, drives in. She sees she has Apanavicius. The bounce pass, the shot, misses. Long rebound goes towards White. She's leading the charge. It's a 1-on-5. She sees Harriman from beyond the arc. Harriman to DeBaltso. DeBaltso drives in towards the elbow. Loses the ball, though, and has to kick it back out. That's now Bradley spinning in, taking a shot off the glass, missing. Rebound, Haydu. Haydu getting stopped at the line right before half court. Sanders has some space. She drives in, puts it up. I can't believe contact wasn't called there. Bradley is who contested the shot, and it went off of Bradley.
Yeah, the referees might have let one get away there.
Lyons has it, tries to shoot it up, misses, gets her own rebound though. She's on the ground scrambling, tries to get to Dolan, but instead, White, who never gives up on the ball, gets another one. That's Harriman bringing it up this time. Harriman bounces it to White. White lost it behind her, and that means it will be Navy ball once again. There's 3:07 remaining here in the first half. And it's an 8-point lead for this Navy team. Sanders has it. Gets it to Apnavicius. Apnavicius finds Haydu. Haydu rolls in, spins, tries to shoot, but instead pumps and gets it to Lyons. What a move from Haydu.
And we talked about making that extra pass, and there right there is a great example of what it takes to have a great pass.
DeBaltso gets it to the corner. Sanders tries to steal along the sideline, and it went off of White, I believe. Sanders tried to dribble it. It goes off the thigh of White, and it will be Navy ball. That extra effort means a lot for Sanders and this Navy All-Star team.
Hopefully that extra effort by Sanders here will give them a little bit more of a comfort and a little cushion.
She shoots the three and misses. So now Harriman tries to find White way down the court, and they're saying no shot because she carried the ball. She made the layup after 2 dribbles, but her hand was below the halfway point of the ball when she picked it up. Dolan has it beyond the arc, takes a healthy 3, misses. Rebound to Lyons. Lyons almost got it back up. Dolan comes crashing in from outside the arc. She has space. Pump fake, passes it to Sanders. Sanders sizing up her man and instead loses control of the ball, but it looks like it went off of Bradley last. Dolan will inbound. Finds Lyons. Lyons hands it right back off to Dolan. Takes another 3. Misses once again. DeBaltso with the rebound. Her team's down 10 right now. Gets it to Ledford. Ledford to Bradley. Spins out of Sanders' coverage. Now splits Ananda Lyons and Dolan before missing a shot. Apnavicius leading the charge up the court and gets turned away by Harriman before getting her own rebound, putting it back up and in. Score's now 30-18. Harriman tries to get it to Ledford. Lyons intercepts it. Lyons bounces it into Sanders. She gets fouled and her shot hits the bottom of the rim, so she'll take 2 shots from the charity stripe. It's 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining here in this first half. Donasia Sanders has been the lead point guard for this team here, this Navy team. Makes her first shot. Now the team has a 13-point lead. Sanders shoots again, but it rolls out. DeBaltso has the ball. Gets it over to Bradley. Bradley dribbling in, driving off the glass, just too strong. Ledford had a hand on it, but Apnavicius pried it away. Apnavicius along the sideline, bounces it over to Lyons at the point position beyond the arc. Gets it to Dolan. Dolan for 3, drains it.
And again, she did a better job of getting her feet underneath that shot and creating space for herself.
DeBaltso will bring it up. There's 35 seconds left in this half. That's Bradley to Harriman. Crosses to DeBaltso. Being covered by Sanders. Strong screen from Ledford. Shots up, count it, and the foul for DeBaltso. That's one way to help get your team back into it in the last 25 seconds of a half.
And she went up strong of her teammate's shoulder there to get around to the corner to create that and one.
Makes the free throw. Now her team's down 13. Sanders is up. Sanders is leading the charge. Hands it off to Dolan. Dolan sizing up White. Picks up her dribble, passes it to Haydu. Haydu to the corner. Ananda has less than a second. Can't put up a shot in time. So at the half, this Navy team leads by 13, 34-21. The bigs were definitely the difference here in the first half between Navy and Army. One in particular, Samantha Perasco, really just had her way with everything on the inside. In addition to that, Ananda Lyons did a good job of establishing a strong defensive game. We're going to have a presentation of an award, so we'll leave it to Steve Hare.
Will present awards for Coach of the Year and Player of the Year. First, OhioVarsity.com selects just one coach from all the boys and girls coaches as its Coach of the Year recipient. This year, the selection was an easy one. In his 47th year of coaching, he led his team to a perfect 22-0 regular season and a school record 23 wins. He guided the Kirtland Hornets to their 10th Chagrin Valley Conference title in the last 14 years and also collected a 14th sectional title in his 17 years at the school. He also collected his first Ohio Division III Coach of the Year honors. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 Ohio Varsity Coach of the Year is Bob Bell of Kirtland High School. And now, for the Ohio Varsity Girls Basketball Player of the Year. First, we'd like to recognize each of the 5 finalists in alphabetical order. First, we have Perry senior guard Claire Dolan, who averaged 13.6 points and 4.5 rebounds per game this season, on her way to a second straight All-Ohio honor. NDCL senior Lexi Hammer scored 12.3 points per game with 7.9 rebounds per contest and was named the North Coast League Player of the Year. Eastlake North sophomore Destiny Leo averaged 19.1 points and 6.6 rebounds per game and being one of just 2 sophomores to be named All-Ohio in Division I. Kenston senior Coretta Maynard averaged 14.8 points and 4 rebounds per game in leading the Bombers to the Division
Sydney will be playing at Baldwin Wallace next year. She's had quite the career at Kirtland, and she has her sister Lauren to continue on with that legacy here. And it looks as though Samantha Perosco will be joined alongside the court with Haley. Let's send it down.
Okay, so what's your mentality going into this game? What are you thinking?
For the All-Star game?
Yes.
Oh, just push the ball and, I don't know, just have fun because it's fun to play with girls that I don't normally get to play with.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks again, Haley. And Samantha Perosco is such a great player and a good advocate of the game for East Lake North and, of course, this Navy All-Star team. It's really been exciting to watch all of these players. And you see Sydney Snyder from the Army team taking these Player of the Year award home. Haley, I know you've watched Sydney Snyder, and you've also played against Sydney Snyder. So talk about what it's like to be on both ends of that.
Yeah, she's a great player and a great kid all the way around. Definitely her game has evolved, as she was only a sophomore when I played against her, so her game has definitely grown, and she's established a jump shot, whereas before she would drive to the hoop and get that and one and do some fancy footwork to create some shots for herself now.
She's always been good at trying to make space for herself off the dribble. That's really where she shines. And her jumper's incredible. From about 12 to 15 feet, she really can make almost anything fall.
Yeah, absolutely, and she's that clutch player, too, that you're going to need down the stretch. And if Army wants to get back into this game, I think they really need to have her either establish the offense or create those open shots.
When you're looking at the score of this game, there's a 13-point differential, but that's just from a pretty big run heading into the end of that first half. That big run kind of changed the mentality of this game because Navy really was only leading by about 6 points for most of this. How does Army just crawl back into this?
I think a lot of it relies on, like I said, some of these key players like a Sydney Snyder who needs to, get the ball in the hoop, but it also depends on the defensive end to maybe throw a little bit of a trap in there or a little bit of pressure on the backcourt.
And obviously, you've seen a lot of this game decided in the front court. I think that's why you have a big advantage for this Navy team. The girl you interviewed specifically, Samantha Perosco, but in addition to that, Ananda Lyons has done a great job of defensively not letting anything get past her. And that's with Haley Peoples-O'Neill on the other side, who's an incredible player.
Yeah, I think Navy is doing a little bit better job on the defensive end. And, those defensive steps that they do get, they are creating points and making shots in the long run.
What's your key for Navy if they want to hold on to this?
I think staying aggressive, attacking the hoop is a big thing because I think they've got 2 shots at the free throw line, which is a huge step here, especially as we've seen in both games now down the stretch where the free throws have been very helpful.
We've now had 3 games that we've had a pretty sizable lead at the half during. All of those leads have pretty much vanished by the end of the game. Do you believe this lead is safe because of the style of play that occurred in the first half?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's safe. I think, with basketball, it's definitely a game of momentums. So with Army, like we've said the last couple of games, we need to make sure that they establish it early in the next 3 minutes when they return to halftime. And as for Navy, just like I said, keep staying aggressive, and I think they're a little bit more defensive-minded, which has helped them create this rather large lead.
Once again, we're here at Ursuline College in the Jane and Lee Seidman Gymnasium for the Ohio Varsity Senior Shootout and Underclassmen Showcase. This is the East Lake North Drumline performing right now. They've been performing pretty much all day at this showcase. They've had halftime shows, they've been performing the national anthem, as well as providing a great marching band feel from the bleachers. And all of this entire showcase, is put together to help benefit the Wounded Warrior Project. What is the Wounded Warrior Project? Well, it's a program that serves veterans and service members who incurred a physical or mental injury, illness, or wound. during their military service on or after September 11, 2001. The Wounded Warrior Project as a whole is a catalyst for change. They have the mission to honor and empower wounded warriors. The Wounded Warrior Project tries to extend a hand to encourage warriors as they adjust to their new normal and achieve new triumphs. They offer a variety of programs and services, and they're equipped to serve warriors with every type of injury, from the physical to the invisible wounds of war. Once again, that's the Eastlake North drum line. The sticks get tossed once again, and if this holds true to the format that has happened before this so far, they'll have 3 minutes to warm up the players, and then we'll start the second half, this time with the Navy All-Stars nursing a 13-point lead. This is game 3 now for you, Haley. Which one has been the most exciting one today?
I think they're all a little bit exciting in their own way. I know, like the first one, we had a very large lead for the underclassmen men, and we saw, I think, a little bit of the showsy with the deep threes and the oohing and eyeing of the dribbles and whatnot. But I think definitely, like I said, they all have their own little interesting aspect of them. I know our underclassmen girls, like we said, we had a rather large lead for that one as well, and towards the end, it really became close, and I think they lost by 6, I think was the final. So, I mean, again, and with this lead, it's 13 points, but I think both teams are really pushing it and thriving off of the defensive end.
There's still one more game after this one, so you've got 3 halves of basketball remaining. 1 more between the Army All-Stars and the Navy All-Stars, and 2 between the Air Force All-Stars and the Marine All-Stars. There's a lot to look forward to. You're watching teams warming up here with just 1:40 seconds left before that second half is going to begin. We've mentioned it now in all 3 games. The first 2, maybe 3 minutes of this half is going to really dictate if this Army team can kick back into it.
And I definitely think they can too. We talked about some of their scoring options, but like we've said before, it really relies on their defensive end. And if Army wants to get back in this game, the first 3 minutes are going to be crucial on the defensive end.
I think a big X factor that showed up defensively in the first half, but really didn't get things rolling offensively in the first half is Sydney Snyder. And you saw she took home the Player of the Year award from Ohio Varsity. You know she has the talent to do it. The question is she going to emerge from the shell that's kind of appeared over her in the first half of this game?
And I think she can do it. You know, that first half we kind of got back in the swing of playing basketball again. 'Cause some of these girls haven't played in a while either, so I think that also plays a big factor. But now that, you know, they got their shoes a little wet and whatnot, I think they'll be okay.
Snyder was the leader of a Kirtland team that finished the season undefeated.
Yeah.
Their final record was 23-1 after getting bounced in the first round of the regional tournament. But they got a district championship out of it. They got a conference championship out of it. And I think 23 wins is remarkable for any program, regardless of how far you make it in the state tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, too, you know, a lot of those wins were convincing, too. They weren't a lot of close games in that season either.
And Kirtland plays that slow, grinded-out type of game where the coach wouldn't care if the score was 2-0 at the end of the first half.
Right.
But you know that defensively, Kirtland will not give up a lot of points, and they have the weapons. They have both Snyders. They have the help of Jenna Sale as well. We've seen a lot of these players who have incredible offensive ability that played for this Kirtland team.
And being able to play against a lot of them, you know, I've seen that growth, say, in Sydney Snyder. And a lot of times Coach Bob Bell will really focus in on one player and continue to feed off of her and watch her grow throughout the years.
We're starting the second half. Army will have the ball. A quick score here could help them to start driving away at this 13-point lead. DeBaltso gives it to Harriman. Back to DeBaltso. Hands it off to Fredrickson. And White will complete the set out there with Collada. DeBaltso has it beyond the arc, shoots, just misses short on the three-point attempt. Ananda Lyons gets the rebound, gets it out to Haydu. Haydu's driving in off the glass, and Navy now has a 15-point lead, 30 seconds into the second half.
And Navy's done a great job today by pushing the pace and really pushing the offense to where their defenders are being winded by the second half.
That's White who has it, being guarded by Lyons. She puts up a 12-foot jumper that rims out, and it goes off the hands of Gabby Collada. And I think it just tipped Haydu, so Army will retain possession. That's DeBaltso with it.
I think another player that can really crack open some help for the Army is Kayla White. Like I said, I've played against her too, and I know what she's capable of doing. So hopefully she can crack open that shell that's kind of been hovering around her today.
Fredrickson drives in, misses, rebound, goes the way of Denasia Sanders. Sanders coming up the court, splits the defense, tries to get it up, but Fredrickson really made up some space there to block that shot. Here's Harriman, spinning in front of Haydu. Puts one off the glass and gets two more for this Army team.
She got her defender up in the air so she could have an easier shot.
Haydu's bringing the ball up. Being defended by White, gets it to Lyons, who spins around and gives herself a wide open lane for a layup.
And those bigs really sealed off their defenders so Lyons could have that open shot.
DeBaltso has it. Dribbling and grinding in, shoots a layup, misses, gets her own rebound. Now she has an open lane. Can't get it though, and Lyons reels it in just beyond the grasp of Alex White. Rebound goes to Collada. Foul is called on the reach-in, and that'll probably slow it down for both these teams for a moment because it seemed as though it was solely a transitional game there.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you see that in a women's game. A lot of times you see in men's where it's nothing but the dunks and the deep threes, but for girls it's definitely a faster paced game.
Harriman has it. Tries to find someone, goes inside to Collada. She puts it up, misses, rebound Lyons. Lyons to Sanders. Sanders will bring it up. She has Haydu and Trey Guy on the outside. Sanders doesn't need any help, though, as she drains that three.
Navy's getting those open looks, and so is Army, but the difference is Navy's definitely capitalizing on them a little better than what Army has been.
Harriman sliced up that defense to get that easy layup high off the glass once again. Sanders is on right now, gets it to Haydu. Haydu drives in, tries to get to Lyons, but Harriman's there once again. Harriman falls over Haydu. Both players appear to be fine. And it will be Navy ball. Haydu bounces it into Sanders. Sanders gets past Collada, steps back and opens up a jumper 1 foot inside the three-point arc.
You saw that quick jab step there with Sanders, where she creates her own space and her own shot.
DeBalso's miss is rebounded by White. She misses, and now Lyons reels it in. Lyons has a 3-on-2 opportunity. Bounces it to Sanders, wide open three. Misses, and it seemed for a while like she couldn't miss.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a wide open three, but every once in a while you get those that fall down.
Collada travels. She just couldn't get rid of the ball while she was continually stepping forward. Army's going to send in a new set of players, including Ledford, Breckenridge, Sydney Snyder, Peoples O'Neill, and Haydu is being defended by Bradley. Sanders puts up another three, misses. Bradley gets the rebound, looks for someone, finds Ledford. She'll take a couple dribbles before pushing it to Bradley. Bradley to Snyder in the corner. This is her shot. Just misses. Peoples gets the rebound. Peoples O'Neill gets the rebound, Gets back out to Breckenridge. Breckenridge to Snyder, reels that in. Perfect pass to Peoples O'Neill off the glass and in. That's why Peoples O'Neill is one of the top players in the league. Gets a pass right at her chest, quickly elevates the ball, keeps it above the head of the defenders, and is able to get an open lane to the basket.
And Peoples O'Neill did a great job of sealing off her defender, who was a little bit shorter than her, so you could definitely say there was a huge size advantage there.
That's Karenna Maynard taking the ball up. She finds Dolan over in the corner, bounces it back to Maynard. Maynard up high to Perasco, back out to Dolan. Couple of touch passes, but the shot's short. Snyder gets the rebound. Snyder had Ledford for a moment, didn't feel confident enough to get the pass though. Peoples O'Neill tries to get down to Ledford, but it goes off the hands of Dolan, whose active hands keeps it out of Navy's hands, which would have led to an easy basket.
Yeah, that was a great offensive sequence there by Army. Just a fortunate tip-off by the defender.
Pass is too long for Breckenridge. Apnavicius ends up having an opportunity at it, misses the first shot, gets a rebound, and puts another one in. Score 45-27. Navy continues to open up a big lead. Sydney Snyder stutter steps from the baseline, puts one up, misses. Dolan gets a hand on it, gets it to Perasco, hands it right back to Dolan. Dolan to Haydu, slicing through the lane. Score 47-27. There's 14 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the second half. Sydney Snyder has the ball, being guarded by Maynard. Peoples O'Neill sets a screen once again, but Maynard sticks with it. Hands from Abnavicius ends up forcing the steal. Dolan has it now. She's driving in, passes it out to Maynard. She's got a three opportunity. Can't send it in, though. Ledford gets the rebound. Ledford gets it to Bradley. Bradley's being guarded by Haydu. Bradley bounces into Peoples O'Neill. She's being guarded by Perasco. Gets turned away, but somehow forces it back up. Ledford gets the rebound off the back end, off the weak side over Abnavicius, and then eventually gets it up and over.
Ledford came out of nowhere on that rebound.
Perasco gets contested by Peoples O'Neill, and this is the most exciting matchup that we can see here. Peoples O'Neill and Perasco are two of the finest players in the post here. That's Maynard, and she's trying to go coast to coast. Can't finish, though. Apnavicius gets the rebound, turns, and quickly puts it back in. Ledford has it in the center of the court. Finds Breckenridge. Being guarded by Apnavicius. Puts it towards the middle. Ledford shot up, but she is fouled. So that's now 2 straight offensive possessions for Army that Ledford's been taking control in the post.
Yeah, she's definitely controlling the low post down there, and I think she's doing a great job of sealing off Porowski, who's been kind of a scrappy defender down there.
Yeah, Perosco ends up getting taken up by Peoples O'Neill. That's pretty much a canceled out matchup. So now you have to go against the second big, who normally would be a Ananda Lyons, but Lyons is on the bench because she started in the second half. So it's really more of a guard-forward combo here. Apnavicius, who plays that 3 spot.
Right, absolutely.
Ledford laughs it off after airballing the first of 2 free throws, and we've all been there. Misses the second. Haydu gets the rebound, and he'll bring it up for Navy. 13 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the second half. Haydu, coast to coast, can't go. Bradley gets called for the foul, though, which means Haydu's going to head to the line. Haydu gets the first shot to fall. The deficit now 21 for Army. Haydu's second attempt is just short. Perosco gets the rebound, though, allowing Navy to set it back up. A 3 from Dolan. Misses. Weak side rebound to Apnavicius. Apnavicius is being smothered in the corner, throws it off of Snyder's leg and retains the ball. Smart play from Apnavicius. Apnavicius to Perosco. Perosco working on the block. Puts it off the glass just long. Apnavicius gets the rebound. Back to Perosco. Perosco's underneath, has a size advantage, puts it up and over Grace Bradley.
Yeah, Apnavicius kind of set that play up too, as she was there for that second opportunity, that second chance ball with that offensive rebound.
Snyder working on Maynard, has some space around, gets it inside to Ledford, who puts it up, misses. Ledford gets the rebound and is able to find Peoples O'Neill underneath it. That should go out on Dolan, which means it's Army ball. We're seeing 3 new Army people coming in, and we are seeing 4 new Navy players coming in. So Sanders, Lyons, Martin, Apnavicius, and Tragi will be out for Navy now. Tragi gets the rebound. Passed it up to Sanders. Sanders across to Lyons. Lyons into the corner. Apnavicius steps back for a 3. Can't get it to fall. That's Collada. Collada to DeBaltso. DeBaltso is now being double covered, looking for an opening. Off the glass and not getting able to convert was Fredrickson.
And that's twice now Ledford's gotten the offensive rebound and able to put it up for an and 1.
That's why she's staying in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's brought a little bit of a spark for this Army team, who's been a little stagnant on the offensive end.
Misses the opportunity there. Rebound goes the way of Lexi Martin. She's bringing it up. Finds Sanders beyond the arc, who shoots a 3, misses. Rebound goes the way of Fredrickson. They're trying to swing it. That's Bradley bringing it up now. Finds DeBaltso. DeBaltso's keeping her head up. Bounces. Shots up and in for Collada. Heads up play from DeBaltso, recognizing it was a 2-on-1. Trying to dribble in to draw the defender towards her, and once she bit, send it the other way.
And DeBaltso knew she needed to score on that opportunity there.
That's a 3 for Apnavicius, though.
Amanda's done a great job this second half of doing the little things.
DeBalso lost that one there into the teeth of this defense. This time, it's none to Lions. Lions to Sanders. Sanders drives in. We've seen her shoot well. Lions gets the rebound, puts it back up. This time Ledford pokes it back out to Coletta. It's a 3-on-2 opportunity. Ledford has it, passes it back out to DeBalso. The three-point winner gets one in a game.
That was a great offensive possession there by Army. They kept their head up. They looked for the extra pass, and that's what it really happened in the end.
Sanders has it. Gets it to Tragi. Tragi gets it to Lions before it's intercepted by DeBalso. There wasn't much DeBalso was able to do there.
Right.
Fredrickson is going to inbound it. Sends it to Bradley. Bradley back to DeBalso. And she's sizing up Martin. There's Bradley back to DeBalso. Can she hit two in a row? The shooter's bounce did not fall that time. They're saying there's going to be a foul on the rebound attempt. A little bit of a push-off there. So once again, Bradley will inbound. There'll be another timeout at right about the halfway point of this one here. In the second half, there's 10 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. The second half has shown that Navy's really getting away here. 19 points is the differential. What's been the key for this Navy team?
I think they're capitalizing on Army's missed opportunities and missed shots. A couple times, Army has gotten that opportunity with Navy missing it, but they just can't capitalize on scoring or scoring possession.
If I'm Army, what's my strategy to get back into this game? Am I taking a lot of threes? Am I driving and trying to get to the line?
I definitely think driving and trying to get to the line because if you don't end up getting fouled a lot of times, Ledford is there, and a lot of times she's finished it in, has gotten that and one.
Pass goes out to Bradley. Bradley for three. Drains it. 39-55. The differential is now 16 here. Sanders will bring it up. She's been able to answer a lot of quick Army scores. Drives in, passes it back out. There's a three from Martin, and there's the answer we were waiting for. Bradley has it. Passes it to the corner. There's Ledford. Colada puts it up off the glass and in.
Great possession there by Colada to seal off her defender and make a hard cut to the basket.
Here's Sanders from beyond the arc. Gets the ball contested by Bradley. Puts it back up. DeBalso stripped it. Tried to save it. Couldn't. Navy will retain the ball. 9 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in this second half. Leading pass to Apnavicius. Apnavicius puts it up off the glass. Misses. Rebound goes the way of Fredrickson. Fredrickson finds DeBalso. She's got space. Drives in. Bounces to Colada. Picks it up off the glass. Misses. Sanders tumbles to the ground. Passes eventually lead to Lexi Martin having the ball. Martin driving against Colada. Passes it across the way. That's Apnavicius. She's been great. And she drains another three.
Yeah, she was kind of quiet the first half, and now she's really busted open and found her shot again.
Now Army's going to have to try and answer that. It's Colada. Colada for three. Gets it. There it is. A back and forth array, even though there is 20 points between these two teams, is allowing the totals from this game to rise. Sanders beyond the arc, trying to hit a third straight three-pointer between the two teams, but Ledford gets the rebound. Both teams will be switching out their lineups at this next stoppage in play. DeBalso for three. Can't get to fall. Rebound goes to Tragi. Army has the ball. Foul called. It's on the floor, so this should allow the substitutions to come in.
And we talked about Ledford trying to make a lot of those small plays, and it's kind of added up here. Even though they are down by 18, they are still doing a great job.
Snyder's coming back out with Breckenridge, Peoples O'Neill, Harriman, and Martin. Haydu's out with Maynard, Dolan, Perosco. Breckenridge passes along. Harriman gets it inside to White. White back out to Breckenridge, head fake, can't find any space. Peoples O'Neill drives in, but Perosco gets her hands in there quickly. O'Neill recovers, and Peoples O'Neill puts it up off the glass and in. So now it's Maynard with the ball. Perosco's ready to set a screen on Snyder. Pass it to the corner. Haydu has some space. She's beyond the arc, decides to shoot it. Can't get it to fall. White fights for the rebound, then blocks Perosco after she got it.
Again, we're talking about Kayla White sticking with the play every single time.
White's beyond the arc. Picks it up, gets it inside to Peoples O'Neill, who shoots a quick free throw, gets the shooter's bounce off the front of the iron. The lead's now just 13 for this Navy team as Maynard brings the ball up and shoots a long three. Misses, rebound goes right to Peoples O'Neill. Harriman dodges Dolan's attempt at a steal. Driving into the lane, passes it back out to Peoples O'Neill. Head fake, puts it up, misses. Snyder gets in there but can't retain the ball. Haydu will bring it up. Foul called on Snyder, who initiated a little bit too much contact in the backcourt.
I think every time Army's created a little run, Navy can capitalize on it. But I think this time Army's gotten the last couple stops here on the defensive end. Let's see if they can get it another time.
Here's Maynard. Hands it off to Dolan. Dolan heaves a 12-foot shot, and that goes off the shot clock, meaning it's Navy's ball.
Army All-Stars ball.
Snyder into Harriman. Haydu on defense. Harriman dices in, bounces. That's a shot from White, who gets it to fall. 50-61, 6 minutes remaining.
White's always like the little baseline jumper that she's got there.
Maynard passes it into Perosco. Perosco, the spark plug, couldn't get that to fall. Rebound, Peoples O'Neill. Martin streaking up the court. Haydu's on her back. She tries to get past her but can't. Now Maynard has it. It's a 2-on-3. Her, Dolan, and Perosco now. Puts it up, can't get it to fall. Snyder with the rebound, trying to get away from the clutches of that defense. Now the other way, we're in transition. Snyder pulls up for three. It's a long shot but misses. Martin gets the rebound. She's coming on up for the Navy team. Gets around her defender. Looking for anyone. Perosco's there beyond the arc. Can't get it to fall. Dolan tried to save it, is unable to. This will be Army ball.
I definitely think this is a doable deficit for Army here. They've just got to capitalize now and get a bucket.
Harriman's bringing it up. Peoples O'Neill saying a screen on Haydu. Harriman gets down, but can't really do anything. That's a travel as Perosco and Haydu combine to create a wall. The only thing she could do is travel or step out. Maynard has it. 5 minutes remaining here in the second half. Gets it back to Haydu. Into Perosco, spins and puts it off the glass. If you're struggling as Navy, you just need to get it to Perosco and she'll eventually find a way to score.
Yeah, whether she's taking a baseline jumper, or she's finding space down low, stealing off her defender, she's always finding an answer for Navy.
She gets another rebound and Maynard is here now. Maynard gets into Perosco again. Perosco has some space. With the left hand, gets it to fall. You can't just pick one side and seal off Perosco that way. You really need to use both sides defensively against her. Snyder, a long jumper, can't get it to fall. Haydu gets the long rebound, and now she's got a one-on-one opportunity. Tries to spin around Harriman, can't. Saves it, but goes right into the hands of Breckenridge. Breckenridge hands it off now. And Harriman's stealing away up the court. Passes it into Peoples O'Neill. Peoples O'Neill gets turned back, and Dolan has it now.
And there's that matchup again with Peoples O'Neill and Peros.
Perosco off the glass, puts it in. Timeout called, and now we'll let the subs come in. Ledford, DeBaltso, Collada, and Bradley are coming in for Army to join Sydney Snyder. Navy will have Maynard, Sanders, Tragi, Ananda Lyons, and finally Amanda Aponavicius. And this should be the lineup for both teams that finish this game with just 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you would think so, especially with the late run that Navy has been able to answer against Army.
There's still one more game after this. Doesn't start until 6. So there's about 45 minutes, but you got to remember we probably still have about 5 to 10 minutes remaining in this game. So it's nothing but back-to-back-to-back action here in the Jane and Lee Seidman Gymnasium for the third installment of the Ohio Varsity Senior Shootout and Underclassmen Showcase. Here's Gabby Collada. Her team is down 17 right now with just under 4 minutes left. Turns over the ball. Sanders, who's got a lot of speed, tries to get around Sydney Snyder and is able to evade her with that right hand. Snyder with the ball. Collada sets a screen. Pass it to the inside, that's Ledford. Lyons on defense, tries to get it back out. High pass for Collada, contained. Snyder has it now beyond the arc, picks it up, gets inside of Ledford, working on Lyons, pump fakes, puts it up, misses. Rebound goes the way of Maynard. Maynard up to Sanders, again with a breakaway opportunity. Steps back for a 3 though, misses. Rebound to Aponavicius, off the glass and good. 3 minutes remaining, 71-50 in favor of Navy. Bradley driving in. Gets that one to roll right through around the world and into the hoop. Sanders has it, 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Passes it all the way to the corner. Tragi puts it up, and it rolls right back down. Snyder has it now. Snyder passes it to the corner for Army this time. Shot's not able to fall. Ledford fights for the rebound, keeps her feet in while towing the Lion. Bradley over to Collada. Collada gets it inside once again to Ledford. Ledford gets it to work, especially if Perosco's not in there. Ledford can have her way with what's happening.
Yeah, she's done a great job again establishing herself down there in the low post.
Tragi couldn't make it 2 in a row, and Army gets the rebound. Bounces it to Bradley. Sanders easily scoops it up after Lyons steals it. DeBaltso bringing it up. Passes it across to Ledford. Back out to DeBaltso, but Sanders gets in the passing lane, and she just keeps bouncing towards where the ball is. Decides to shoot a 3. Misses long, but Maynard can contain. Maynard will slow it down for a second. Drives in, tries to get around Snyder, but Snyder holds that door closed. Pass to Aponavicius from Lyons ends up resulting in a quick 2. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining, 77-54 in favor of Army. Or in favor of Navy, rather. Army has the ball. Ledford shoots over her defender, can't get that to fall. The ball's lost. That was Collada who had it. And we're now under a minute remaining here in the second half of this one. DeBaltso for 3. Can't get the shooter's bounce to go on in. Instead, it's rebounded by Tragi. Tragi, the long pass. Aponavicius is turned back by DeBaltso. She sent that one right into the earth. Maynard to the corner. Tragi to Aponavicius. Aponavicius misses, gets her own rebound. Pump fake, gets DeBaltso off her feet, sends it back out to Maynard for 3. And can't get that one to roll in. Ananda Lyons is over to DeBaltso. DeBaltso has it now, pushes it up to Collada. Collada only has to beat Maynard. Puts it up, couldn't get it to fall though, gets her own rebound. And now over Aponavicius, gets that to fall. That's 58 now for Army. with 24 seconds. 20 seconds remaining. Maynard to Sanders. Sanders dribbling, establishing a rhythm. Gets it back over to Maynard. 10 seconds remaining. The ball goes the way of Army for one final possession.
Army All-Stars ball.
8 seconds remaining. Bradley brings it up. Drives in off the glass, misses. Ledford gets a rebound. How appropriate to end the game. Ledford gets an offensive rebound for a struggling shooting Army team. And she was just a spark plug for much of that second half. And at the end of the first half, she was really providing staunch defense against a great front court for this Navy team. Ananda Lyons and Samantha Parasco showed us why it was so hard to beat Eastlake North these last 4 years in the first installment of these 2 games that we'll have between nothing but seniors. So this may be the last time you see a lot of the talent that we saw here on the court. So now Haley is down on the court with Amanda Apnavicius, who was absolutely incredible over in the second half of that game. Haley, what does she have to say?
You're okay. So today, you kind of started off a little slow, but towards the second half, you really had a spark plug. What was your mindset coming into the second half?
I mean, during the high school season, I was never really strong during my first or second quarter. Usually when I come out in the third and fourth, just getting my shot up more helped me in the second half, along with getting the ball more for my teammates, the team effort.
And you do a lot of the little things like the second chance balls, the 50-50 balls, their offensive rebounding. You did great down low. What are your down low post moves? What's your go-to shot?
I mean, coming from me as a shooting guard, I just love getting down there and getting all the rebounds I can and putting them back up. That's where most of my points come from, like you said. My go-to move, if I had to pick one for down the post, I would say probably a drop step or a hook.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Haley. Again, that was the Army All-Stars and Navy All-Stars. Those were the seniors for the girls here in the second last game here for the Ohio Varsity Senior Shootout and Underclassmen Showcase. We've got one more remaining. That's the Air Force All-Stars against the Marine All-Stars, and that'll tip off in a little over a half hour. We'll come back here in about 20 minutes with all the coverage for our final game here today. Having fun so far, Haley?
I am. It's been fun to watch these kids grow throughout the years, and especially to see where they'll go after they play here at this Senior Shootout.
We'll have one final broadcast once again, beginning in about 20 minutes. For Haley Adams, I'm John Kosis. Stay tuned for more here at the Ohio Varsity Senior Shootout and Underclassmen Showcase.